Joining us now with more is Democratic Congressman Ami Bera from California. He actually voted in support of the censure. And Congressman, it is a pleasure to see you. I thank you for your time. You decided to vote support for this censure. Why?
I did. Al Green's a friend. I respect Al Green. Our caucus cannot be a distraction. I wish you guys were asking me about 70,000 VA workers getting laid off. I wish you guys were asking me about closing the Department of Education. That's what we should be talking about. We've got to keep the focus not on our caucus, but on what Donald Trump is actually doing.
What was the reason and what was the basis of your support for censure?
We have a clear strategy on how to defeat Donald Trump. That is to make sure the American public understands what Donald Trump is doing, how it is going to hurt their lives, how it is going to be inflationary, how it is not helping them. When we act as individuals, that draws attention away. That is exactly what Donald Trump wanted to do. Let's act as a team. Let's win the elections in 2026. Let's make sure the American public knows the actions that he's taking and how it's hurting American families.
So you said that you're a friend of Representative Green. Have you talked to him? Have you spoken with him? Have you gotten an idea from him as to why he thinks that what he did was actually the correct action?
I mean, I've not been able to speak to him since he took the action. Again, I agree with drawing attention to the fact that Republicans want to dismantle Medicaid, take billions of dollars out of Medicaid to give tax cuts to the rich, to give tax cuts to corporations. But there's a better way to do this. There's a better way to draw attention to that. And that's not drawing attention to ourselves. That's making sure the public is focused on Donald Trump and his actions.
You know, Congressman, I keep thinking, is there, do you think, a need to differentiate the conversations and the decorum that should exist at the well of the House of Representatives? Because I'm just wondering, I mean, is it just that everything goes? And I think that by your vote today, maybe there should be some respect for decorum going forward, so that what happens this week in the Serbian parliament or what happens in other countries around the world is not something that, well, it progressed into that.
Decorum always matters. Civility always matters. How we speak to one another always matters. I don't appreciate what Marjorie Taylor Greene does, how she yells out at times. If I had been in Congress when Joe Wilson yelled, "You lied to President Obama," I would have voted to censure him as well. The American public needs to see their highest elected officials act in a civilized manner. And we're going to disagree on policy. We're going to debate vigorously, and we've got to win at the election.
And Congressman, do me a favor. Let's continue our conversation going forward, because it is true that you do have issues that you need to get out. And I look forward to having those conversations with you in the very near future.
Great. Thank you for having me on. Be well.
Thank you, sir.